people, how y'all doing? Hope you guys are doing wonderful. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Michelle and I'm doing a video today talking about products that I returned and why. So if you're new to my channel that you may not know, I do a lot of product reviews. I'm reviewing skincare, hair care, makeup, and I'm usually giving a review that's positive because it's a favorite. And then I have my empties videos where I go over things that I completely finished using up, and at that point, if I didn't like it, you would hear about it then. So these products are products that I may have shared with you at one point and said that I liked it, and some of them I never shared with you at all. And I do understand that a lot of times you'll be watching a video or maybe even run into someone and they'll tell you something works so great for them and then you try it and it doesn't work out. A lot of these products were products that other YouTubers influenced me to get. And then some of them I just kind of experimented with on my own. So I have about 10 for you. I don't want to overwhelm you. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first one is this Fenty Beauty Stunna Lip Paint. It's supposed to be a 12-hour lipstick that gives you a soft matte finish. As you guys know, I just recently did a video on these lipsticks. I purchased 3 of them. I had Uncuffed, Unveil, and Unbutton. So I ended up returning 2 out of 3, and I really would have returned all 3 of them. The reason being, and I hate to say this because I love Fenty Beauty and I love Rihanna, but the applicator tip was a struggle for me. It's definitely a lot different than the normal doe foot applicators. Actually, I still have one of them here. Let me show you. So when you twist it out, the tip looks like this. So this is not like your typical doe foot applicator. Usually it's like long and straight, and it's nice because it helps you to really get in the corners. I do like it, but because the formula is so watery, it tends to just kind of like soak it up like a sponge and just like spill it all over your lips. And I found that when I put it on, a lot of times, like right when I put it on, it would bleed all into my teeth. I guess the biggest reason is that when I wore it, a lot of times it was like kind of patchy looking, and it's disappointing because the actual formula of the product is good. It's a nice, like very smooth, comfortable, beautiful matte, but sometimes different colors within the same product line can be problematic because people who have the red color, they love it, and I don't think that one glides on the same way. So I ended up returning those 2, but I did keep the brown one because the color is just so beautiful, and I really don't know any other brand that has like a perfect dupe to this brown. But if you know, let me know. Now this product is one of those things that became like a huge YouTube hype product in my opinion, okay? And I understand, like I know why people like it. So this is the Laura Mercier, the translucent powder in deep. I actually have purchased both the regular translucent and the deep one. I used to use the regular translucent one like right when I started getting into makeup real heavy because everyone on YouTube pushed it. And on me, it was just like putting flour on top of my face. Like it was just so white. And when I watch my old videos and I see it, I'm just like, oh my goodness, you know, this was not made for me. So then they came out with the brown one. So let me just read what the product says it's supposed to do. It's supposed to give you long-lasting wear without adding any weight or texture. And it's also not supposed to give you any flashback. And it's supposed to help you if you have any fine lines or wrinkles, just to be able to like smooth out your face. That just was not the case for me. That powder, I felt, number one, it's difficult because it's a loose powder and it's brown. It did get all over the place. But that aside, it did not help me with my oil. I am quite oily on my T-zone and I did not feel like it controlled the oil one bit. And as far as setting my face, I felt like it made my face look a little bit more dull. Now that has to do more so with my skin complexion more than anything else, but I just didn't see what was so special about this powder. But for me, it just never looked right. Like it didn't really change anything for my skin. So I'm not a fan of that at all. I don't get the hype, but you know, if it's something that you guys can work with, like I said, let me know what you did so that way I can try it out and see if maybe it can work in that way. But yeah, that was a disappointment because I was really looking forward to using it since I know that everyone loved it. So as you guys know, my pores are like a very big skin concern for me. I have really big pores here in this area and right at the tip of my nose. At some point I did go on like a little hunt trying to find the best products for pores, so that way when I put my makeup on, it can look nice and smooth and even. Sorry guys, I had to go eat because I was starving, and I actually did a lipstick change. I went ahead and put that Rihanna Stun the Lip paint on over the lip gloss that I had on, and it's beautiful. Just wanted to show you guys. But you should definitely check out the video that I did on the whole set so you can see what the other colors look like. So back to the pores, the issue with the pores. I had tried 2 different items that were recommended. The first one was from NYX, and it's called the NYX Professional Pore Filler. It retails for $14, and it's supposed to be a sleek primer that soothes inconsistencies in the skin and creates a flawless smooth finish. The product itself feels very silicone-y, and it went on the skin and kind of felt like a powder once it touched the skin. It had a very powdery consistency to it. When I put it on, I waited a few minutes just to see, because you can usually tell when the pore products are actually working, because all of a sudden your face will just look kind of like dry, a little white in that area and a little bit tight. So I waited a little bit and I didn't really notice that much of a difference. I could see where the product had kind of like begun to cover up the pores, but as soon as I put my foundation on, it didn't do anything. Like, it wasn't strong enough to like withstand the foundation. So maybe it's for people who would normally just be wearing like, I don't know, lotion, and they want to just put like a couple dabs of the primer in areas where their face has bigger pores so that it's not noticeable. But as far as using it as a primer to conceal the pores, if your pores are big like mine, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. But if they're not that big, maybe it could. It just didn't work out for me. But then I went ahead and picked up the one that you guys recommended from MAC, the Skin Refined Zone, and it retails for $23. It's a light oil-free emulsion that hides visible pores while controlling oil and shine, and it applies wet for a gentle micro exfoliation. I thought that was kind of different, kind of interesting, that you actually are exfoliating your skin as you're putting it on, because that's something that came up for me with the whole pore issue, is like more exfoliation. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1 product, which is really cool. This one, the first time I used it, I definitely didn't notice anything at all. But the second time I used it, I waited a while and allowed it to fully dry. And again, like, it does start off like a gel and then it dries down into like a white powdery texture where you can kind of see the areas that have the product on it. And you could see that it was trying to fill in the pores. You can definitely see that. Did it do like an amazing job? No, but it did something. It's supposed to be definitely used in more of like a targeted way, whereas the NYX one is more of like a whole face primer. So there's not that much in the tube for $23. I didn't feel like it was like a wow product. So that's why I returned it. Now I'm focusing more so on the skincare piece. And I do think that since I've been doing that, my face has been looking a lot more luminous. I've actually even subscribed to like a skincare monthly box called Beauty Heroes that sends me like 2 luxury skincare products a month, and they have been doing wonders for my skin. So I really am not in a need right now. I want to just like I said, work on the skincare piece and see if I can eradicate it through that. But if you guys have another product that you know like definitely works at hiding the pores, let me know. But my issue again is once I put the foundation on, it seems like it just kind of goes away. Like, you can still see all the areas. It just looks slightly covered. And in the past, what's actually helped that is more so whatever setting powder I use, making my face look more poreless, more so than before I put my makeup on. So yeah, anyway, enough about pores. Now the next product is from Bliss. And Bliss is a like spa-like skincare line, and they sell it in Ulta. I talked a little bit about it in my fall beauty discoveries video. If you haven't watched it, definitely check it out, because I'm showing you a bunch of new products that I found in fall that I really haven't heard of, and I'm testing them out. So definitely check that video out. But in that video, I talked about the oil that I really like for reducing any like ingrown hairs and razor bumps. So when I picked up the oil, I also picked up this, and this is a gel makeup remover for your eye makeup. So I happened to already be at Ulta and I saw this and I thought, oh, this is interesting. It's like a gel form, so there's not going to be any tugging and it's going to be very cooling. It's called the Bliss Makeup Melt Gel Remover and it retails for $8. It's a refreshing and gentle eye makeup remover gel that erases all traces of eye makeup, and it also instantly kind of like clears out that area with no oil or residue. And I did not find success at all with this product. I've used it on different cotton pads just to make sure it wasn't the cotton pad. It did not take off my eye makeup. And on top of that, even though it felt really cooling, because it definitely did, like that feeling of the gel is so nice that I might just like purchase aloe vera gel and like put it on my eyes at night. It burned my eyes, you guys. Like, I don't necessarily have sensitive eyes, so I was surprised every time I used it. A little bit of the gel may have like kind of seeped in and burned the heck out of my eyes. So even though it was $8, it's not a super expensive product, I still returned it because that's what I'm not going to be doing, is having burning eyes. Now this product was a disappointment to me only because I want it to work so bad. It is one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen, and it's from the brand Kevyn Aucoin, and it's the Skin Enhancer, which is like a little tub of product. It's like a creamy concealer texture, and you're supposed to just put it on your face and give yourself like that tinted moisturizer, that like high-end concealer look where you can't tell, your face just looks completely flawless. The first time I purchased it, I used it as a concealer and I picked the wrong color, and I had bought it like somewhere way far away. I couldn't return it. I tried it and tried to use it, but the color was just way too white. So I recently picked up a brown color, I believe it's SX15, and I wanted to use it as a foundation. When I went to pick it up, they told me that you're not supposed to just use it on its own. You're supposed to mix it in with either your lotion or they have like a solution that they sell that's almost like a illuminating kind of like creamy texture, and you add it to that and then put it on your face, and then you have like a foundation. You only need like the tiniest bit. This little jar is expensive. I think it's $48, so it's expensive, but it will last you years because you need the tiniest bit. If you put too much, it's not good. I used it the way that they told me to, and although it did create like a nice canvas, there's not a color match that's exactly identical to my skin complexion. All of them have a little bit too much red in it for me. But more so than that, it transferred like crazy for me. And the slightest touch, like anything I touched on my face, it transferred. So ideally, what I would like to do is go back and play with it and see if maybe I can find like a really nice color for my concealer, but I don't know. Just considering the fact that I've been playing with this product for years and I still haven't found success, I mean, you guys let me know. If you used it, let me know how you used it, how it worked for you, what you did to make it work, because the product it's beautiful. Beautiful. They call it a must-have concealer and foundation that covers, contours, perfects, and also it mimics the appearance of healthy, radiant skin. And it's true. It's true. There are no lies told, but there is a technique to it. There's a way to use it. So until you have that technique down, don't even bother, because it's going to be very frustrating. All right, now this product is super hyped on YouTube. So I was blown away by the beautiful packaging. I'm always kind of like on the hunt for the perfect this and the perfect that. And when I was on my under eye powder tip, everyone recommended the Hourglass translucent veil. And I actually have only purchased one other product from Hourglass, and I think it was like one of their blushes. You know how they have those like really pretty like golden lightweight blushes and highlighters. I think I purchased the highlighter, and although it was pretty, it was like one of their ambient ones, it just wasn't enough. I think Hourglass, when I think of the brand, is for women who do like subtle makeup, but like super super subtle, right? So yeah, I haven't had the best of luck with the brand in the past, but I picked this up and I wanted to use it underneath my eyes. You guys, I'm just trying to figure out how so many people of this complexion love this powder so much when it looks white. And you know, I actually even filmed a video. I filmed it like, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and it's a skincare, like a body care empties, and I had that powder on and it looked so white on me that I have just not wanted to post it. It's just like my face looks completely ghostly and it's embarrassing. It doesn't look right. I also tried using it just right underneath the eyes just to kind of illuminate just right here, and still like it just looks crazy. And the packaging itself is so pretty, and the way that the powder even comes out, like the way that you tap your brush on the outside of it and the powder just kind of pops up, it's perfect. But the color is a no-go for me. They call it an ultra refined powder formulated with light reflecting particles to blur imperfection. It's supposed to be able to blur your pores, your fine lines, and your wrinkles. And it did do that. It did. It definitely did what it said it was gonna do. Just for my complexion, it didn't work. So I'm hoping that they can expand a little bit. A lot of brands now that they're being a little bit more conscious of like the inclusivity of people of all complexions, I'm hoping that Hourglass will catch on to that and create more products for people who look more like me. Now this product I just talked about in my video where I reviewed the brand MICHE Beauty. If you haven't checked that video out, I'll link it below because that video, I spent a lot of time creating that video. I really wanted to give you guys the most in-depth review possible. And yes, on my face currently is MICHE Beauty. So as you've been watching this video, if you've been feeling like my highlight or my foundation, this whole look, everything going on me right now is MICHE Beauty. So check out that review if you're interested in their products because they are fantastic. However, I purchased a primer, and in that video I go in depth, so I'm not going to go in depth here about the primer. It's beautiful. It does give you that holographic look. It's so iridescent and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous illuminating primer. However, for me, I already have oily skin in this area, and I feel like when I use the primer, it just got way too greasy for me, and I wasn't able to enjoy the like no makeup natural look because it was just a whole bunch of grease happening all up in here. So unfortunately, it's a no-go for me, but if you have dry skin, you will love it. And also you can use it without any makeup over it. And I actually like it like that. Because in that video, if you look, when I first put the primer on, you can see that my face just looks so healthy and so luminous and pretty. And sometimes it's just nice to walk out the house with your skin glowing without having any actual makeup on. So I actually might go back and pick it up. They say it's a lustrous priming serum that gives the skin a glowy, touchable look and creates a radiant canvas. And again, it can be worn alone or with makeup, and it retails for $32. Now this next product, again, I may need to revisit it because it was it was like the most flawless application I've ever gotten with foundation when I use this as a base. However, I broke out, and that's why I returned it, because I wasn't sure what did it and I had a feeling it was a cream. So what I'm talking about is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Rich Base Moisturizer. It retails for $60, and it's supposed to be an advanced oil-free formula that's supposed to hydrate your skin and soften your canvas. It's great for any dryness, any fine lines, any wrinkles, or any oiliness. And it was a joy. I mean, the texture was like so rich and creamy. I love the way it applied to the skin. Like I said, my only concern, my only thing was the fact that I broke out the next day. I got like a huge pimple and I felt like it was clogging the pores. I could be wrong. I am willing to revisit it, but at the time I'm like, $60 and it's breaking me out, it's going back. But I may go back and get a sample and see if it does it again, because let me tell you, the makeup application was flawless. That thing covered up your pores for sure. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful product. So I will revisit it because I've never been able to stop thinking about it ever since it went back, because I just never had that kind of application before. So check that one out, you guys. Now this next item was something I was definitely influenced heavily with social media to purchase. I'm noticing in skincare they're starting to come up with all these different tools. I'm not really sure if they're effective or if it's just like a marketing thing to hype up new things, because you guys know it's already getting completely oversaturated at Sephora. Like, you walk in there and it's like so many brands selling the same exact stuff, to the point where it's like all the brands are now selling the minis and everything because the competition is just so steep. I picked this up because it was really cool, the idea of it, from Herbivore, and it's the Jade facial roller. Now, the Jade rollers are supposed to help support lymphatic drainage to reduce the appearance of any puffiness or wrinkles on the skin. It's also supposed to be able to relax you and de-stress you. And of course, Jade brings peace and harmony. So I wanted to use this after, like, I washed my face and I put my serum on as part of my skincare ritual to just kind of roll it along my face. And truly, the times that I did it, it was very relaxing. But there were some kind of mechanical issues with the roller that I got. Number one, it made like a squeaky sound. And I know that sounds very minor, but it is very annoying if something is rolling up and down and it's going it's annoying. So there was that. And when I tried to tighten it, it still didn't change anything. And I also just didn't really notice a difference when I used it. I used it for like 2 weeks and nothing. It didn't seem like it was really working or adding any value to my skincare routine. So I went ahead and returned it because I believe it retails for $30. And what I had done at the time was I had bought that one and then I bought a different one, same Jade roller from Amazon, and that one actually came with, I think, something for the eyes. You're able to like put it in the fridge if you want to make it very, very cool. And because I use it in the summertime, it was very cooling across the face. But the Amazon one, I want to say, was like $20, and I did still have the issue with the noise. But as far as the quality between the two, very comparable. I didn't think that the Herbivore one was much more special, other than the fact that it was like a bigger brand name. So I do think that if you wanted to purchase something like this, get it off of Amazon. It's just a lot more affordable, and see if you like it first. And then if you kind of want to take it up a notch, then I would say try Herbivore. They have Jade and they also have another one, some kind of crystal. It's pink, so maybe that one might be better. I don't know, but let me know if you found one, even if it's not like with these brands, another brand that sells a really good Jade roller. Like I said, it just didn't do anything for me, and it was kind of wasting my time because my skincare routine is long enough, y'all. And I think that's it. I think we're done. That's it. Those are just some products that I returned. I do appreciate you guys watching this video. I thank you for your support. I do thank you guys when I do recommend products, for trusting and, you know, actually taking a leap of faith and trying them out. Hopefully there are always things that you can return if you don't like them, but I do try to stay very honest and straightforward on my channel about things that I enjoy or don't enjoy. And I also try to be able to like tell you why I didn't like it. So anyway, check out the videos I link below. I appreciate your love and your support, and I will see you guys in the next video. Big kisses. Mwah. Peace. Love.